this symptomatic of the sort of whimsical nature of the manner in which Twitter acts upon something like this? And these are legitimate questions. A copyright law applicable in the US being used to lock an Indian minister out of his account, and we don't even know what that was about.
Yeah, the first point that you raised about the whimsical nature of this action it may go way beyond whimsical, and you're absolutely right that it's a good thing that this dialogue is happening because something happened to a union minister. There are so many issues, not just about copyright, but also in terms of political positioning, or even with respect to religious
Yes.
sentiments that are being aired on these platforms, where platforms seem to believe that they have a right to mediate the content. Firstly, if they start mediating content, they lose the tag of an intermediary automatically, not because any government takes it away. On the second aspect of the applicability of the Digital Millennial Copyright Act, DMCA, whenever any law, all laws, I mean, this is tried to have to reiterate it, but all laws are municipally bound to the territories to which they apply.
Yes.
So Indian laws apply to India. So effectively now, when you talk about extraterritorial jurisdiction, and India has extraterritorial jurisdiction, to just give an example, under the Information Technology Act. So can we then start saying somebody hacked into an account in the US, Indian law allows for extraterritorial jurisdiction. Therefore, I am going to prosecute this person who committed an offense in US against US citizens. Right?
Yes,
so effectively, what Twitter has done is this. By applying DMCA, what they are trying to claim is DMCA may have extraterritorial jurisdiction, but that extraterritorial jurisdiction has to be applied qua victims who are within US.
Right. Right.
Irrespective of where the act of violation may have happened. It cannot apply to alleged violation with respect to Indian content.
Yes.
Here we have to go by what the Indian law says and apply the law as is. In terms of whether this is defiance or a position of flexing muscles, I would say that Twitter has chosen its battle very badly. It is downright suicidal, or shooting themselves in their feet.
That's exactly what I was wondering. You know, even if you don't see what happened in the larger context of the crossfire, Amit was, Amit wanted to correct me that this is not about equals. Sure, there's a crossfire on. It certainly isn't about between equals, but a crossfire it definitely is. Does this go to the heart of precisely what the government has been saying about Twitter, Rahul Narayan, the applicability of that US law and the way it is applied here? Twitter's made a statement saying that, you know, this locking out of the minister's account was in response or pursuance of a complaint, a copyright complaint that was filed. Is it applicable here, Rahul?
I think the way to look at it is that, copyright is treated very differently. Now, even under Indian law, as far as copyright takedowns are concerned, they aren't governed by the intermediary guidelines. They are governed by the copyright rules. In fact, Section 81 or something of the IT Act says that Copyright Act overrides the IT Act. Basically, the way it works, for example, is supposing a new movie is being released tomorrow or day after, and somebody puts a link on it on its Twitter or something like that. So you immediately write to Twitter and ask them immediately to block this. And after that, they are supposed to get an order to support that within the next 21 days. So the blocking is immediate. That's the nature of copyright violation. So firstly, this is quite different from a takedown with respect to of other kind of content in its own class.